right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to D's Divinity, D's Divine Tarot. Thank you for joining in with me today. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome back to all the former subscribers and welcome to all the new subscribers. Once again, thank you all for joining in with me today. As you see from the title of the video, we're going to go ahead and dive into this beautiful Moonology series, episode 8, I believe. If not, y'all see it from the title, which number we're on. Nevertheless, let's get on into it. Before we do, y'all, it should go without saying, please check the description box for any information that you may want or need to know. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to let me know. As it states in the description box, these readings are intended to be timeless. Time and energy are fluid, meaning you could have already gone through this, you may currently be going through this, and or this may be a prophetic message to come if you decide to embrace and embody the energy or advice that Spirit has for you within the reading or readings, okay? Now keep in mind, I know I just got through saying time is basically irrelevant, if you will. The only reason I have a date and time, well, when I call out date, times, and signs, right, it's really just because the chronology and how it lies on our calendar. I cannot help that, right? However, that really doesn't mean a thing necessarily. And it's also for me just to keep things in some kind of an order. But again, it could have already played out in your life. It may be happening currently depending on when you watch this video, right? And or, like I said, it could be a prophetic message to come. Just don't get so hooked up on time. However, in saying that, and on the flip side of that token, that same token, if it resonates with you, it could be just confirmation and a high vibe occurring around this day and or time. Okay? I hope it makes sense. It does. If you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. If not, don't even worry about it. But yeah, so, and again, when I call out dates and times and even signs, really, because it can be different depending on where you are around on the globe, right? I am utilizing Eastern Standard Time, so keep that in mind as well. So the time, the date, sign, and time may be different for you depending on where you are, like I said, on the globe. All right. I recommend you doing your own due diligence and research and figuring that out for yourself, okay? Because it may resonate with you a little bit differently, or for, you know, a different sign or whatever. I don't know. I also want to preface too, before I get ahead of myself, that please disregard any background noise that you hear. This wind is beating today and it's a beautiful day outside, but you may hear the sound. They're speaking, they're around. Keep in mind that these readings are general, you know, they may resonate with you. However they do, take what does and let the rest fly, because it may not even be about you, or I may not even be talking about you or channeling for you. It may be someone to whom you're closely connected, friend, family, or foe. I do not know. Only you know your life. So don't try to force that shoe to fit if it doesn't. I am not responsible for your feet, your toes, nor them currents hurting at all. All right? Be self-aware, self-accountable, and you will never be led astray. I promise you. So I also do not subscribe to gender roles over here. So, but I may say he, she in reference to masculine and or feminine energies. It just all depends on what I feel and read intuitively. Again, that really doesn't matter. We all have them both within us. So please keep that in mind. 404 on the timer. As I said, that may be an important number for you. And speaking of, I am big on numerology. Whether or not I call it out, but if and when I do, I may intend for it to resonate with possibly your life path number, the day or month you're born, maybe even the house you want to pay particular attention to that is in your natal chart. And it's up to you to look that information up if you so choose. There are all kind of free websites to do so. All right. You need specifically your date of birth, time, and place. Okay. All right. I think that's all I really needed to say. Let's get a quick word of prayer before we just dive all into this, okay? To the Most High, Heavenly and Divine, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, I come to you saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so very much for this day, for this beautiful day, for this opportunity Thank you for using me as a clear and open channel to bring forth the messages to the collective straight, no chaser, clear, no chaser. Thank you for allowing me to use the voice, the insight, the wisdom, just the words, the tongue that you have given me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I pray as always that the message uplifts, enlightens, heals, strengthens, protects, nourishes, nurtures, whatever the viewer may need at the time of viewing, and may it play out in their lives for the highest good, as I know you will see fit for all and whomever is involved. Once again, all these blessings I come, ask and give thanks. Ashe, ashe, ashe all. I forgot to mention that we are utilizing the main or primary decks that we're utilizing are the Moonology as well as the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And these are like our headers and finishers, if you will. The header will give us the overall energy or vibe or advice or, whatever to look out for. The finisher will give us advice and guidance to grow on, move on, and to take with, right? This month I have actually decided to switch up. The tarot is what's going to be the variable, and this month we're utilizing the golden wheel. I always call it that, but it's kind of wheel of the golden. I don't know. Anyway, you'll see them listed below. I call it the golden wheel tarot, but I know it's slightly off, like the wording may be reversed or something like that. But anyway, that's the deck that we're using to give more clarification, confirmation, look deeper into what's really going on behind the scenes, I guess, or to in case you are not sure, or whatever the energy, look deeper into what's going on, maybe a further explanation, if you will. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm sorry. I gotta apologize because I be trying to get all into the reading, honey, and I be forgetting to give y'all background information. So look, nope, and look, I'm all in the wrong month, child. Ooh, Lord help us. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. So look, we are coming off of, that's probably why I had it open to this page. So we are coming off of the last quarter moon in the sign of Sage on the 23rd of February, okay? And I mentioned in the last video, in case you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you go back and listen to it, because you will see, even if you're just now starting, you may want to go back to the beginning, because the energies are overlapping, right? And you'll see, that's why I was saying what I said earlier, as far as the I put time in just from chronology's sake, just to keep things in order, so it is easier to follow along in case you are just starting. But also too, like I've said in almost every video since beginning, is that the vibe, the energy carries over, because you got to remember, that's why I also don't want you to get hung up on time, is because even though the moon is in whatever phase I'm stating that it's in on this date, the thing about it is the vibe is high a few days before to even after the heightened time of that. Look at me. I should have said in the disclaimer too, at the time of filming, we are still currently in Mercury retrograde. And so I am heavily affected by Mercury. I got Virgo heavy in my chart. I'm Leo, Virgo, Cusper, Virgo rising and Venus. And even in Vedic astrology, I am Gemini moon. So heavily affected. Okay. So y'all gonna see it, and look, sorry not sorry, because a lot of times when I have slippages, spirit still be trying to get that message out, obviously, or it wouldn't happen, right? So but excuse the stutter, fumble, stumble, over my words, because it is what it is. All right. Sometimes my brain gets a little bit ahead of my my mouth, and then when I be channeling y'all, they be sending stuff so fast, I be trying to keep the thought that I'm speaking about, as well as process what they're giving me, and still get that message out. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I be like, wait, and you'll hear, I try to cut as much of it out, but you still, look, some stuff it is what it is. I just got to let it roll, because that's how I'm getting it. But anyway, with all that being said, So yeah, so and I told y'all at that last video that the last quarter moon in Sage at the end of February, 829 may be an important number for you, because that's when it actually transitions from Scorpio to Sage, right? And Sage affects the liver, hips, thighs, and sacrum. And then and coming off that scorpionic energy, you know, that's all about that sacral chakra. The number 2 may really be important to you, but it affects genitals, anus, urethra, and prostate. Okay, so you may be feeling sensations in those areas, having clearance. I pray, you know, because we all about the healing vibe and energy over here. So I pray if you have had any ailments or issues within those areas, that you are on the mend and healing that. Okay, and so moving into this new moon energy, we have the new moon in Pisces, and I love this. It's coming through on the 2nd of March. We're coming off of the energy of Aqua, which affects the calf, ankle, shin, and Achilles, right? It transitions, the new moon will be in the sign of Pisces at 12:34. Again, it's Eastern Standard Time. But the fact that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, divine order. You understand what I'm saying? So any combination therein of any of the numbers that I've already said, whatever is calling to you, take it. You know what I mean? It's for a reason. Look it up and see what it means to you. Okay. Pisces affects the feet, toes, and the pineal, of course, right? And I do with this new moon energy, you know, always is it the energy of setting your intentions and calling or bringing forth what it is that you so seek over your life, whether it is something new or something maybe that you're revisiting. I don't know, for me to say that, that's interesting. Maybe it's something that you haven't even thought about, let alone pictured in your life in a long time. You understand what I'm saying? And so this will be high vibe and a valuable time to do so. The fact that it's in the sign of Pisces, I do feel like it definitely is something that you have been envisioning with that third eye and pineal, right? And that you're truly trying to manifest. And this can be anything from, because I'm hearing Neptune, so just be careful with that energy, just because Neptunian energy can be sort of like illusionary energy, right? Almost the vibe of too good to be true, but still it can be true, right? You just don't want to deceive yourself, however, in the illusion. You understand what I'm trying to say? So but still, I do feel like it's something that you truly have been envisioning, and if it is meant for you, it will happen no matter what. You understand? Because as long as you hold the vision, is what I'm feeling. That's interesting, because I'm seeing that card, although it's not one of the ones that you got as your header, but still that energy is coming through. Oh, wow. Wow. And I say wow because as we get ready to move into your headers, it's essentially almost the same vibe. But as I was saying, it's like, hold that vision, because that's interesting too, because I was just talking to one of my brothers about the fact that really, as long as you see it in your mind's eye and you believe it wholeheartedly, it's guaranteed to happen. You know, it might not happen tomorrow, but best believe, if, again, with me saying hold that vision, if you do such, you would, that, so be it, is what I'm hearing. So be it. That is what you will manifest. Okay. You definitely need to come from a place of pure intention, though. That's what it's all about. And with this new moon energy, that's the best time to do something new, to set your intentions for something new, if that's what you choose. Or maybe even to, because for me to say revisit something, it may be something that you may have had to tweak a little bit, you know, but still, whatever, honey. Okay, let's move on then. And speaking of your headers here, we're moving into the energy of surrender to the divine, which is the full moon, and then believe in the impossible. And that's why I was saying wow, because this blue moon, it's like, yes, do that. I think I even had something, I forget which episode it was, where I was saying it was something about, you know, making the impossible possible, basically. Or impossible made possible, some kind of way. And that's what's happening here. And I feel like that's powerful, because I too was telling another, as I'm rocking here, I was telling, they're telling me yes. They're telling me yes, that the wind is speaking, honey. They saying yes. But what was I gonna say? I was telling another family member, you know, she was at the point of like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I didn't basically she had, I guess, then tried everything, and she felt like she was at her wit's end, like there's nothing more that she can do. And I just had to tell her, I said, just pray about it. I said, God is a miracle worker. That's the amazing thing. I said, just because you don't feel like you can do, I said, God can do, show up and show out more powerfully, can supersede anything that we can do. So, just don't give up the faith. Hold the vision for what you want and watch it work, baby. So, and look, that's powerful too, because I just really looked over the first card, which is surrender. Allow God to do it. You set your intentions, you put it out there, you speak what it is that you want, and let God do it. Relax. Because we generally, as humans, I don't know, what it is. I think that be God most of the time trying to show us and tell us, like, baby, just be still. Because we will muck stuff up trying to force the issue, when it's like, you done all you can do, honey. Let it ride. Let God do it, right? Watch him work. Let go and let God, quite literally, is what I always get from surrender to the divine. And, the blue moon, that saying, and I'll be saying this too, as far as like colloquial sayings, we don't really ever, well, I can only speak for myself. Some of them I never really understood until now that I'm older and gained a little more wisdom. It's like, oh, duh, now it makes perfect sense why they said that. But the things, once in a blue moon, or it may not come around every blue moon, whatever, this is like, I just heard happenstance, or however that saying is, but it's like, but really it's just, I don't believe in chance or like coincidences whatsoever. If those of you who are new, you'll hear me say that like a broken record, because I don't. Everything happens for a reason. I don't care how crazy and chaotic and by chance it seems. Believe me, God works, I feel like, greatest in chaos, because it's like unexpected. That's the miracle behind it. You never see it coming, right? So, but this blue moon, that's like once in a lifetime type of energy. I feel it's generally how we see it, or have said it, over centuries. But it's very much still possible and likely. And that's why I think that's why that too good to be true kind of energy was coming up earlier. But it is, though. And it can be. Like, why not? Why can't it be? You understand what I'm saying? So I think I like how I did it last time. I'm going to get to the reading all of them once I get through the cards. Okay. So we'll see these again when I get to reading from the guidebook in just a few moments. So moving on into the tarot here. Actually, no, excuse me. The bottom of the deck here. We got step out of your comfort zone. And this is the North Node, and this is powerful because, with the North Node, that's an interesting energy and vibe, because 11:10 on the timer, as I said that, speaking of bringing in that new, because we typically, the comfort is in the South Node, right? That's things that we've done before in past lifetimes, even potentially, right? And so that's what feels good. That's what we know. That's what we're comfortable with. And so we tend to kind of by default go back to that, right? The hardest part, the toughest part is following that North Node, because that's what's going to help us grow. And y'all already know about them growing pains. That's hard. It can be potentially. A lot of people will shy away from it because they don't want to face the challenge and adversity in growth. You understand what I'm saying? However, this is where you're needing to be, obviously. With this coming out at the bottom as the underall energy, this is the most powerful thing that's going on. So I feel like you're going to be pushed into that area, into that zone. And they're bringing me back to that Piscean energy surrounding the new moon, or which the moon will be in. And I'm telling y'all, do not get caught up in the illusion of comfort or being complacent, right? Because that is where you will find yourself stuck and stagnant. And when you are that watch what I tell you. It's like the tower is going to come through and knock you to force you to move against your will. You understand? Because not thy will, but God's will be done. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's meant for your soul to grow, they gonna push you, honey. They gonna push you because you signed up for it, essentially. So don't be mad. You know what I mean? Get glad. Don't be mad. But anyway, so I do feel like many of you, there's obviously what Spirit is asking for you to do is to follow your North Node. your North Node may be in Pisces. And if so, this is very much so confirmation for you. I was also getting Virgo energy for whatever reason. I do not know. So your North Node may even be in Virgo, or something about a Virgo or Virgo season or something about that. Because as soon as I flipped to this, I heard Virgo. So I don't know. Maybe you dealing with a Virgo, or a Virgo is very resistant to move out of, you know, their comfort zone, to come out of the hermit mode, to step on the scene. I have no idea. But maybe they feel like whoever I'm talking about doesn't got to just be a Virgo, but they are feeling like, that's why they're resistant. Yeah, somebody's feeling like I said, that's why the too good to be true energy came through, is because that's what they're feeling. And so they're not trusting it. They're not trusting themselves, let alone trusting the divine. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like surrender, please, and watch them work. All right. All right. And moving into the tarot here, this is perfect. This is perfect, because I felt that like somebody is stressing the out because y'all don't want to let it go. Y'all overthinking it. That's probably why they say a Virgo. Somebody is just over analyzing, like going to like wrecking their mind about it because y'all trying to do too much. You overthinking it. Just let go, be free. It's something about feeling your way through too. Like I said, especially if it feels uncomfortable to you, go with your gut. And that's probably why that scorpionic energy, you know, the sacral and all that, you feeling it. You feeling it there. Probably there's a vibe going on there. And but somebody's resisting that feeling, fighting the temptation is what I heard. I don't know, because it very well may be something sexual for you. I don't know, but excuse me. And look at here, and I forgot I even put this stone right there. So there's a reason, because I was guided, y'all. As far as the faith stone, I mean, all the stones that are there, but I was guided especially to put that faith stone on the table. So very much maintain and hold, like I said, hold the vision, keep the faith, right? I'm hearing faith without works is dead, but that's not even, I feel like that's not why they're saying that to me right now. It's just like, I think it's something about have faith in your works is what I'm hearing. Understand that what you've done already has already been, like, you've put that in motion. You know what I'm saying? You've already set you. That's why I said for some of y'all who are trying to revisit and revision. Wow. Whatever you've already done in the past, is something about that may be coming back around, and for you to revisit and re-envision, right? Do it a little bit differently. It's something to bring in the newness with it, right? See the bigger picture too, because that is what that Piscean energy is all about as well. Okay. But try not to overanalyze and overthink it. This is even though I said Virgo, this is like Geminian energy for me. Could even be any other air sign as far as Libra or Aqua. Doesn't have to be. Okay. So I did say we're coming off of the Aqua energy like the day before this new moon is coming in. So that may be what, you know, who this is or what that energy is, what they're talking about. Very mental, very much so mental. Some of you may be even having headaches. You may be receiving a lot of downloads. I do feel like you may even be seeing, like, literally seeing visions, you know, like, not even just in dream state, right? I'm talking about wide awake, sitting there or whatever you're doing, and you're seeing visions, right? I don't know. Prophecies is what I hear. Okay. It's nothing to, I don't feel like, especially for those of you who are receiving a lot of downloads and maybe even seeing these visions, I don't feel like it's anything to fear. You understand? But it may cause some of you a little bit of anxiety, because I don't know if it may be something unfamiliar to you, because, you know, with this Pisces energy, that is all about like I wanted to say philosophical, but I'm spiritual. You know what I'm saying? It's all about like the different realms and all of that stuff. So some of you, even me saying that, I'm feeling the vibe, but maybe some of you may be astral traveling, even more if you haven't already. And this may be something new to you, which may frighten you a little bit, and that's where that anxiety is coming from. But I'm trying to tell you, it's like, because even with me telling you this and channeling this, I'm at peace. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's why they told you to surrender to the divine, because they're trying to come through and bring you these visions and downloads and everything, especially in the dream state for some of you, or allow you to astral travel so that you can see the possible, like the impossible made possible. You understand? I don't know. Moving on to the bottom of the deck, and look at here. Yeah, some of y'all, it is that fear-based mentality. It's just, you're so hesitant and resistant because you are unsure. That's what I'm getting. And I'm not sure what this really has to do with for some of you, because it can be very different for each and every one of you. For some, it very well may be with your finances. For some, it may be with your family. I feel like some of y'all are fearing a loss, whether it's with your finances or with your family, like literally losing someone in the physical in your family. You understand what I'm saying? It may have to do with your health is what I'm getting, especially for me to say Virgo or feel that Virgo energy. And because Virgo is all about health, wellness, well-being, and even your work, your whether it's a business or a job. You understand? So I'm getting Capricorn. I'm hearing Capricorn. Could be even be a Taurus, that this has to do with, or that you may be dealing with. Some of you don't want to be left out. That's what it is. Some of you do not want to be left out again. You may have been rejected or felt, had the feeling of being left out in the cold, or like you missed out on an opportunity. And that's why this anxiety, this energy. And it's like, baby, you can't live in the past nor the future. You got to be in the moment. And that's what they're trying to tell you. Stop worrying. Don't worry about that, sweetheart. That keep coming through. Like, you can't, you can, but you're going to be in that anxiety state if you do, This may have to do with a group of people, more than just your spouse, or more than just your partner, or more than just, whether it's a business partner, romantic partner, friend, whatever, it doesn't matter. I do feel like this may be a group of people, or like somebody, what I'm getting is somebody, what they said was somebody was castrated. Somebody was kicked out of this group. But the thing about it is that rejection is seriously, like quite literally, God's protection for you. And there is no reason for you to be wrecking your mind or overthinking it. You may even be hearing voices or thoughts or whatever, but I feel like they're not yours. I feel like they are the other people, or whoever this group, these other 2+ people are. You may be feel like you're hearing their thoughts, their conversations even, which, I don't know, try to get out of that energy, because that's these 2 cards are very dark, and that is that will put you in that anxiety or even depressive state if you're not careful. So by all means, like, try to block that out, try to what am I trying to say, like transmute that energy, and do what you need to do to put yourself in a balanced, stable mind, okay, in a good peace of mind. Whether or not they are a Cappy, Virgo, well, earth sign in general, or who else did I say, or even an air sign, they got tendencies. That's what they just said. They got tendencies. Whatever, we all do. But what was I gonna say with that? Oh geez. Yeah, okay, that's what I was saying. Whoever is the one that feel like they got castrated and is now feeling anxiety or maybe even depression in regards to being left out of the group. The group is the 2+ other people are really the ones who got it bad. Who either had it bad, got it bad, or gonna have it bad. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's something about their karma for rejecting you, because you really were the blessing in disguise for them. They didn't see it, right? With this 9 of Swords, they didn't see it. They weren't trying to see it. They didn't want to see it. But I also get an energy of protection with all those swords, even though they're like jabs, pointing towards this individual curled up, which I feel like is you, whoever this is resonating with. I again, I feel like those are the thoughts, the conversations, the words, and very much so malicious. But I also see, if you allow yourself to be in a balanced state of mind, you can really transmute that, because yes, that card is kind of dark, but the light around those swords is telling me that there's a golden, it's like a healing energy if you can find a way to get in a balanced state. I hope that makes sense. I really struggled to get that out, and I pray that it makes sense for whoever it's meant for. But anyway, moving on, okay, to your finishers. And I forgot to mention, you will see, because as we get into these finishers, you will see at some point or another, if you haven't already, the crystals and healing properties that they can allow if you want to use them with them, because you'll see the companion stones and crystals come out mainly with these finishers. Okay, all right, y'all. So in moving into your finisher, we got the beautiful pleasure, and I'm hearing, even though it's treasure, I'm hearing what's that child name? What is his name? Bruno Mars. I was about to call him Miguel and some other stuff. But yeah, I'm hearing Bruno Mars. I love him with his little self. But instead of treasure, that is what you are. Instead of treasure, I'm hearing pleasure. But obviously the divine wants you to just be free. Like I said, let your soul be free, honey. Let it roam. Stop resisting it. Stop holding yourself back. And honestly, have pleasure too, is what I heard when I first flipped through to this, is take pleasure in the fact that you got rejected, because you are protected, baby. I don't even know how to explain this, really. And I think, like, I know why those other two cards came out as far as the tarot for me personally, and I won't go all into detail with that, but I do feel like some of you are on the same boat as me, because I know I don't go through things alone. And try to see the bigger picture in it, and understand that it's not for you to worry if you feel like if you're kind of afraid or anxious in regards to said loss, whatever the loss may be with, and also understand that, and take pleasure in the fact that God handpicked you and selected you and removed you from that group or that situation in order to, because it was stifling you, right? And it's in order to like I said, allow your soul to be free. Allow your true, authentic self to shine bright like a diamond. Beautiful Rihanna. You know what I'm saying? Like, in this card, it's just, and especially with those blue butterflies behind her and around her, really, it's like that mental transformation. That is what I'm getting, especially with that, because, that's great for the throat as well as the pineal, the blue. I'm getting lapis lazuli vibes, but that's great for those chakras, okay? And especially with that Piscean energy, and you may need it, you know what I'm saying? You can utilize it along with whatever else it comes with this card, because I'm not quite sure, to be honest, until I read it from the guidebook. But this will allow you to be free. And look at her. I mean, that's mainly, it's all around her, but I'm getting heavy heart chakra energy, like releasing the baggage. It's not a loss whatsoever. I mean, you shaved off a few weight poundage, if you will, in baggage so that you can be lighter. Your heart is supposed to be what? Light as a feather, right? Man, light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Some of y'all may be trying to do that little seance or whatever. But baby, whatever you need to do to get yourself in that right mindset, okay? And speaking of, that's what I was getting to with these butterflies, because that's what I feel like it definitely has been, or needs to be, and will be, if it hasn't already happened, a mental transformation, y'all. That's exactly what those butterflies signify to me. Because with that Nine of Swords, you got to find a way. That's why I said transmute that energy. Allow it to be free. Stop holding on to that. It is not yours to keep, to bear. You understand? With this 18 potentially being a 9, it is time. It's nearing the end. It's a completing cycle here to begin anew, okay? Which is all about that new moon energy. Thank God. And seeing things clearly with that mental transformation, going back to that, excuse me. Yes, going back to the new moon in Pisces energy, all right? It's also something with this 18 that's kind of like the moon energy. And I was telling y'all, and with that being said, it could be Cancerian strong and or Pisces. And I'm also hearing Taurus, right? I said that with that 5 of Pentacles coming out the bottom of the deck of the tarot, but it still may be either one of those strong. It could even be a Scorpio, because we already mentioned that Scorpionic energy. But I tend, with the moon energy, I tend to get heavy Cancerian and or Pisces, even stronger than Scorpio, right? But I was getting ready to say that's also too, that can be part of kind of the illusion, or maybe the secrets, or I feel like something is getting ready to come to light, for me to say shine bright like a diamond, and to let yourself free. No more hiding in the shadows, okay? Allow that to show, right? Some of y'all was speaking of shadows. You may be doing that shadow work with this moon energy, okay? Allowing the newness to come in, the light to come in. And it's okay, because you need the shadow too. I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, but I'm just saying things that you know that no longer serve you, that you may have been holding on to for so long, it's time to bring it to the light so it can heal. You understand? All right. Moving into, look, she's got that magic. I know Indy already said he's, but I'm just saying this is feminine energy, powerful here, with the bottom of the deck energy being power. And that is your power, y'all. That's, you will be, if you allow this transformation to occur, if you allow yourself to transform your mind, your thoughts, maybe even what you say, bringing forth that newness and that those pure intentions, and speaking that over your life, that will place you in such a balanced and tranquil state that, baby, people are not going to even recognize you. You might not even recognize yourself, but that's the beauty of it. That's all about transformation and evolving and growing. Some of y'all truly have been asking for this in order to bring forth, wow, this powerful energy. What have y'all been doing during the full moon? You ain't got to tell me everything, but whatever you were doing during that full moon, it's paying off, honey. It's paying off. Now watch it work, for real. This is utter balance for me, because it's like it's like the light and the dark, right? They're half and half. It's equally balanced. This is the yin and yang energy. And didn't I say something about that tower? That 16 is screaming tower energy for me. So whatever has happened, and whether or not you willingly let it go, I feel like the divine is coming in, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Like, it's time. It's been time, for you to let this go. Have faith that all is going to work in your favor, because it is. It has. It will, Yeah, you got the whole world in your hand. That's the divine coming through in you. It's the God in me. For real. All right, let me see what they got to say to you from the guidebooks, okay? All right, y'all. This wind is really beating when I say. So they joyous right now. I feel that energy. So we're gonna start with surrender to the divine, pages 32 and 33, okay? The very word, quote, climax, end quote, brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind. Agreed? But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. That's that, I told you something is ending, right? At the end of the cycle. And that's that tower energy coming through again, okay? So there may be some kind of change, and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface. No matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card, matters will soon conclude, and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And when you're tuning to the moon, I like to look at this as an affirmation. You can use it however you see fit. I am getting the answers I need. I love that. I am getting the answers I need. Additional meanings. A wish you made may be about to come true. It's make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. It says breathe deep and stay calm. I'm telling you, stay at peace, at balance. Like I said, even through the anxiety or even the depression. I told you with that Nine of Swords, even though that was out there, and I do feel like some of y'all may have been overthinking, overanalyzing, I still was at peace, right? I still was centered. So it will be okay. It also says you may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. And then it's time to let go of the past and move on. Like I told y'all in the pleasure card, that transformative mental energy, it's behind her, most of it, right? Move forward. The teaching. The full moon marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this card something of a power card. That's powerful because they're going to the bottom of the deck of the finisher. The full moon is often the time when answers are given to questions asked during the new moon. And pulling this card at any time in the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. All right? Moving on to Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon, pages 112 and 113. As the saying goes, some things happen, quote, only once in a blue moon, end quote. In other words, hardly ever. Drawing this card suggests you're about to get a rare chance and that something, quote, one-off, end quote, could well be about to happen. This card is a very positive sign if you felt like you're hoping for too much or asking too much of the universe. Whatever you're asking about, well, it might only happen once in a blue moon, but it can happen. However, with this rare opportunity before you, it's important that you believe in it. If you convince yourself that whatever you're asking about can never go in your favor, then guess what? It won't go in your favor. Be grateful for this card, which is a reminder to believe in your dreams. And when you're tuning to the moon, I love this. It says, I'm lucky. I'm lucky. I would insert, because for those of you who are new and may not know, I don't believe in luck. I believe it's blessed or blessings. So you can insert, I'm blessed, right? Additional meanings. Miss this chance and it might not come back anytime soon. What happened may only happen once. The person you're inquiring about is a rare find. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. That's what I was telling y'all, hold the vision, right? This situation is unlikely to repeat. The teaching. There are usually 3 full moons between each equinox and solstice. And in parentheses, they have, and vice versa. Sometimes, though, we get 4 full moons in a single season. When that happens, the third of the season's 4 full moons is called a blue moon. At least, that was the original definition of a blue moon. These days, it's popular to use the blue moon for the second full moon in any calendar month that has 2 full moons. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Wow, because I can't remember what. Actually, I think it might be 2 new moons in a month that I saw coming up, and I can't remember what month it is. But anyway, that's interesting. Okay. Moving on to bottom of the deck energy, North Node, step out of your comfort zone, pages 116 and 117. There's a strong feeling when you get this card that it's time to leave the past behind somehow, because you are headed in the right direction. If you want to be happy and fulfilled, you need to get going towards doing the thing that scares you. And in parentheses, they say within reason. Like I told y'all, it's basically the energy of facing the fear and doing it anyway. This card is all about living your life purpose, which is possibly what you've asked about. It's urging you to dare to do something different with your life and your direction, to take action. So are you willing to follow through and lead the life you are incarnated to live? If you finally find the courage to make the leap, there's a good chance you'll come to ask yourself, quote, why did I wait so long? End quote. When you're tuning to the moon, it says, I know I'm headed in the right direction. Okay, continue saying that to yourself, and that will help calm the anxiety too that y'all may be feeling. For those of you who this is for, again, it says, I know I'm headed in the right direction. Additional meanings. You're headed for something which feels like, quote, destiny, end quote. You need to face a fear and get over it. Time to stop obsessing about someone or something. That's that 9 of Swords, right? Stand on your own 2 feet. You've got this, all right? The teaching. The North Node is where the moon crosses the ecliptic going north. It's a karmic point and on the horoscope chart shows us what we need to do and where we need to go with our life to find satisfaction, fulfillment, and happiness. The North Node is the karmic astrological point that reminds us, to paraphrase Andre Gide, or Gide, however you say his name, that in order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. That's beautiful. I gotta read that again. In order to discover new oceans, we have to be prepared to lose sight of the shore. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Especially for those of you who were in that nine, find yourself in that Nine of Swords energy. And like I said, with that pleasure, it's like you got to transmute that, whether it's you or someone else feeling that energy. For my empaths out there, if it is someone else, you still are feeling it because we are empaths, right? So it's like, transmute that and still balance yourself enough to see a different vision, to see another shore. You understand? Or another ocean, however it's said. Yeah, both, really. Shoot. All right, that's beautiful though. Okay, let me get to the Queen of the Moons and I'll be back. All righty, we'll start with pleasure, this beautiful pleasure, pages 51 and 52. Are you taking life too intensively or too seriously? The time has come to call in the pleasures of life. Seek lightheartedness at this time. Focus on what would make you happy. Schedule in activities you find pleasurable. And the affirmation: I open myself to the pleasures of life. I open myself to the pleasures of life. In our search for a better life, something happened along the way. We forgot how to find pleasure in what we do rather than just being diverted from the everyday. Life can be overwhelming, and our rational minds seem to need every available minute of our time to be able to cope with its demands. Pleasure has taken the back seat, or there is a pattern of it now forming destructive tendencies such as binge drinking rather than simply having a wine or two with friends. A big part of pleasure is letting go. This does not mean surrendering or giving up. It simply means handing over all of our administration, stress, and worries for a time and immersing ourselves in something joyful. When we don't allow ourselves to experience pleasure, whether in the form of laughter, play, sensuality, or the development of skills, we remain less than whole and feel a wanting. No fun actually makes us dull indeed. Over time, we are much less effective in our emotional and work lives if we do not experience regular doses of pleasure. Our ancient ancestors knew the importance of pleasure in the forming of a healthy mind, body, and spirit. So it says, our ancient ancestors knew the importance of pleasure in the forming of a healthy mind, body, and spirit. There were gods and goddesses dedicated to happiness and the pleasures of life, such as the Egyptian goddess Hathor. The temples of Hathor were joyful places full of songs and beauty. There were even small temples placed in her honor outside other major deities. There were even small temples placed in her honor outside of other major deities' temples so that people could be in a happy and contented mental mood before entering to worship. I couldn't get that out, y'all, because I was trying to get to the point of telling you that it may take song and dance and play to get you, so that you can get to this point of joy and pleasure. Okay. And what was I gonna say? And that may be what you need to get you out of this funk or this anxiety, those of you especially in that Nine of Swords energy. Okay. All right. So it says the Egyptians clearly believed that having a positive or relaxed state of mind assisted in having a positive spiritual connection. That's very much so true. The companion stone or metal is turquoise. And again, you will see that at some point if you haven't already, strolling across your screen. All right, you guys. So in looking at the companion stones, metals, or crystals, we have turquoise. Page 77, and this is beautiful. Them sevens screaming. You manifesting something, honey, because that's all about the number of manifestation, if you will. All right. Blue-green or blue-green masses crust in really small, short, prismatic crystals. Astrological associations, Scorpio. That's where that energy was coming from. Sage and Pisces. Look at there. And great for the throat chakra. Healing qualities. It protects travelers, whether your journey is local or across the world, and property, and keeps you safe from accidents. Good for creative expression, courage, communication, wisdom, compassion, romance, love, and friendship. Helps public speaking and writing. gets rid of pollution, allows you to see the beauty in everything. Physically, it's a multi-purpose healer for the body, good for the muscles, circulation, lungs, throats, and the absorption of nutrients. Helps general malaise, arthritis, rheumatism, skeletal pain, such as backache, flu, allergies, asthma, bronchitis, breathing, tissue, regeneration, weight gain, wind pains, headaches, whiplash, air sickness, cataracts, wounds, post-operative recovery, and stress-related skin disorders, and as an elixir, and then aids in detox, alleviates the harmful effects of radiation. And I kind of had to stutter a little bit or pause because wind pains, I didn't know what that was, and I looked it up, and it's basically like gas, I think is what it is. Y'all look it up for yourself though. But which I was like, why would they just say that? But anyways, emotional or spiritually, it's good for emotional balance, meditation, grounding peak experiences, spirit contact, all psychic they look and says all psychic abilities too, and astral travel. Oh my gosh, I'm telling y'all, like I was saying, that's no coincidence why I was feeling that vibe. Y'all very may want to utilize turquoise, sleep with it under your pillow, especially if there's any fear or anxiety or anything like that associated with, because I'm telling some of y'all really are going to be doing it. I didn't get that channel, that download for nothing. Okay. So, good for emotional balance, meditation, spirit contact, all psychic abilities, astral travel, spirituality, peace of mind, and yin yang balance. And I told you I felt that. It offers the mental and spiritual clarity to see your own path in life. That's following that North Node, right? And helps suspicious minds and negativity. And that's that Nine of Swords. I'm telling y'all, very much so you want to utilize this. And that way you can really, truly take pleasure, right? Moving on to the bottom of the deck energy and the full moon. Power, pages 47 and 48. Step into your true power. Shine brightly. Do not hide who and what you are. The time is right to attract big things for yourself. Ancestral energy is important. Open your mind to larger possibilities. Big magic can be wrought. And they got an exclamation after that, honey. The affirmation. I have power. It is real. I'm telling you, it's in your hands. Once again, I have power. It is real. Say that over and over and over to yourself. 339 on the timer as I said that. 33 may be an important number to you. That is mastery. Ascended master type-ish, okay? It says, go outside on a clear night and look up. Hopefully you'll see the stars are twinkling. If you are really lucky, you might see the swirling Milky Way spilling across the darkness. And then there she is, the big full moon, unmistakable in her glory and power. She moves the earth itself, stabilizes it into orbit. She releases and pulls the seas. She's the object of devotion, the inspiration of poems, the realm of goddesses, and she has witnessed the very first of us rise up on two legs and venerate her. Generation after generation, we have stood barefoot under the same moon, wishing, setting intentions, dancing, and drawing her graceful power. You are made of the very swirling matter that is the stuff of the stars. You are pure possibility, changing constantly, renewing and transforming. If that don't wrap it up, I don't know what. Take this moment to recognize that power and rejoice in it, for your next step is the precursor to your future self. And perfectly so, the companion stone or metal is moonstone. That's beautiful. So moving on to moonstone, beautiful. And this is on page, this little part that I'm going to read you from the beginning of the book, it comes on page 29. And I forgot when I read this already. It was whenever we had Onyx, but I'm trying to think of the episode in Moon Cycle it was, and I cannot at this time. I want to say it was one of the first episodes, maybe like 2 or 3. And it could honestly be the first episode, but either way, I read this part specifically because Onyx came out as the stone, companion stone, which is powerful because look, it says for contentment. Moonstone creates a happy home, so place moonstone crystals liberally around your spaces. Onyx also brings happiness to the home, okay? All right. And then the actual stone is on pages 84 and 85. It's a variety of feldspar that exhibits the optical effect of chatoyancy. I have no idea what that is, and I have no idea what feldspar is. I should have looked it up because it has come up with another stone or crystal. Anyways, colors include white, cream, yellow, brown, blue, green, or rainbow. And in parentheses, they have white with the blue color flash is the rainbow, I guess. So it's astrologically associated with Cancer, Libra, and Scorpio. That's the second time Scorpio's come up. It's great for the sacral chakra, and that's why I was getting that vibe, y'all, as the wind picks up. Healing qualities. It's good for wisdom, passion, change, new beginnings, endings, intuition, insight, and creativity. It offers protection to travelers. That's twice. Turquoise and this one. Some of y'all are going to be on the move. I'm telling y'all. It brings good luck and a happy home. Physically, it's good for the circulation, skin, hair, eyes, pituitary gland, and fertility. Helps women in terms of pregnancy, childbirth, female qualities, hormones, and sexuality. Regulates the menstrual cycle and eases menopausal symptoms and PMS and period pain, It promotes a youthful appearance. It helps constipation, water retention, swelling, insect bites, and anaphylactic shock, which is an extreme allergic reaction. Emotionally or spiritually, it's soothing and good for the inner self and emotions generally, okay? It releases energy blocks, brings calm, control, balance, confidence, composure, peace of mind, and caring and compassion. That's why I still felt at peace, y'all. I'm serious. Helps oversensitivity, pessimism, and combat cycles or repeated patterns. Man, go get you some if you ain't got none. Really ain't got to go get it. Y'all can very much so pause, screenshot, do whatever you need to do with what has been presented and the energy therein within this video itself, okay? Take you some notes. Like I said, do what you need to do. Utilize just the picture of it if you don't have the crystal. But very well, you can even go check out either my Etsy or Poshmark unique designs, as you may see somewhere along this in the video, or with the scrolling through the your screen with the crystals. Some of the arm candy and things that I have, if you so choose, right? But again, you don't feel like you have to purchase anything. You can, like I said, I'm providing this to you for free, if you will, right? So as a thank you too, by the way, for just taking the time to listen, to lend me your ear and to do what you need to do to help you, to help you grow and to be better. That's what I'm here for. So as long as you do that, we all good here, right? Anyways, thank you guys. Wow. I'm telling you, you got that power, you got that magic. And if you don't see it, somebody does, I'm sure. And somebody may be wrecking their mind because they're bringing me back to that Nine of Swords in regards to losing you, right? Because I'm telling you, somebody got rejected, somebody got left out, castrated, whatever the term verbiage you want to use. They and whoever did the castrating, like rejected the individual, they're the ones I told you are feeling it, right? They heartbroken. They know they lost a good one. But it's okay. They weren't meant for you. You did have to go through whatever you went through in order to learn that lesson and receive this blessing. But understand, like, you have a bigger and greater purpose. And please follow your North Node, as they said. That would help you along the way, and show you, show me the way. For real, that will help you navigate through this, especially if you feeling like, it's tough and you don't know which way to go, whatever. You'll be shown, asking you shall receive, right? Seeking you shall find, knocking the door will be open unto you. For real. God is just waiting for you, like patiently waiting for you to realize that and to do what you need to do, right? To take action, like they said. Ooh, baby, I love it. Anyway, I'm not going to keep you any longer. That is what I have for you. I pray that it resonates. If it does, you know what to do. For those of you who are new, that means comment your testimonies down below. You never know how this may help someone grow, especially including yourself, right? Whether or not someone comes to mind, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for doing so. If you want to join me for another episode, you can check the link in the description box below. I will see you there. If not, please take care. If you're looking for something else, if this is not what your cup of tea or not doesn't resonate with you, feel free to check out any of the other playlists on my channel. I do have picker cards and zodiac readings and so forth and so on. Okay, I pray you find what you're looking for. All right. Please do not forget your love and light, because it makes everything all right. Until the next one, y'all, be easy. Deuces.